Hello ladies and gentlemen, I just want to name off a few fish that I have into this 125-gallon fish tank, Saltwater Aquarium. First of all, I'd like to apologize for the reflection off the glass from the lighting in the background. But in this tank we have a sailfin, engineered goby, a tang, which is a nassau, horseshoe crab, a puffer, a clown, anemone, core beauty, and a Quran angel. I'm awaiting two butterfly and a Mandarin goby. This is a 125-gallon tank. The lighting is, I have 3 different light bulbs up there. I have a brighter white one and blue light. And I'm pretty sure it'll work. The anonymity, he's been thriving. He's been in the tank a few days. I'm waiting for the clowns to host him. As you can see, they've been curious, but they haven't went inside yet. I'm sure they'll come. That sailfin is pretty. The current angel is pretty. Core beauty. I do have one damsel in there, the blue devil, and he is just that. I have 2 hanging on the back, powerful filters, one mediocre one, so I am doing the old school style. And this thing's been running for about 8 months. I've never had a problem out of it. No algae problems. I keep the light out of it. I just keep the natural light running into the tank. Everything will be alright as long as you clean your tank, once a month or so. Do your anywhere between 10 and 25% water change. And you shouldn't have any problems. I mean, that's the biggest problems people run into is they just don't keep their tank clean. Just keep your tank clean and everything should be alright. Keep your live sand in, live rock. Squirt some copepods in there. Once a month or so for your Mandarin if you have any. If not, you have rasp. They also eat a lot of them. All fish eat them, especially babies, smaller ones, and all of these are babies, as you can see. So we will continue to record and grow together. My fiance and I, we put this together about 8 months ago. Started off with the 2 clownfish and the damsel, and everybody's been thriving. Plenty of copepods should be in the water. Plenty of bacteria should build up. And everybody's thriving. I have an engineered goby in there. He's always hiding. He comes out. He's a baby. But if you go on YouTube and check them out, there's some beautiful eel-like fish if you want an eel-like fish that will not eat other fish. They will, of course, if they can fit in their mouth. But it's unlikely. They pretty much just stick their head out, grab some food. They come out, pop up, make your tank look beautiful when they swim from one end to the other. Pretty safe fish, community fish. I wish he would come out, but eventually we will catch him. And this guy right here is thriving. I'm happy to have him in the tank, and I'm hoping that these guys get brave enough, and gal, go ahead down there and go ahead and get some. If you have any questions, definitely comment anything I can do differently, better, or whatever. But I haven't had any problems. It's coming up on a year. So I'm doing something right. I haven't lost any fish other than a few damsels I put in there in the beginning. And basically that's what they're for. They let you know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And later on tonight, we'll probably drop another video. My wife and I, or fiance and I, same thing. Only thing's different is the paper. But we're going to drop another video later on tonight. So look out for it. And everybody is doing good, especially this guy here. I'm happy. I had to move him. They do move on their own. You don't have to mess with him much, but I did move him because he was on the darker side of the tank. And like I said, I have different lighting. I have bright light in the middle of the tank. And this is a 125-gallon tank. And I pretty much leave that there. I turn that off last. The brighter light I turn off last and let him get as much light as possible. Because as you guys know, most of them feed off of photosynthesis. And every now and again, once they start hosting, these guys start hosting them, they will take them food. But they're going to deflate and inflate, so don't stress out. They're going to move around the tank. Don't stress out. Let them do what they do. They are live creatures, so let them move where they want, just like you want to move and go to fast food restaurants and all that kind of good stuff. Let them do the same thing. They want to go where the light is. That's their fast food. So let them move. Be careful if you do move them. I did move him. But be careful, because if their legs are out and you tear their legs off, you have major problems. And if they die, they can kill everybody else in the tank. So you know, because they do release a poison if they die. So you want to be careful removing them and moving them to different spots and stuff like that. So just make sure they're not attached to anything. And if they are, just try again at another time when they decide that they want to let go. I'm not a professional camera guy, but just showing you guys a little something what we started. And we're old school. And we're going to be going new school. I have 150 gallon downstairs. We're going to put a couple of linehead fish in, a stingray, and stuff like that. So we will be updating that tank as we go along, and possibly record it as we set it up. We set this tank up in a day, and it has thrived. And the very next day we put clownfish in and damsels, and they thrived ever since then. People say, oh, you gotta wait 30 days. Hey, they have so many new chemicals out that you can put in your water and get everything up to par within 24 hours. So, you know, do what you do. I'm not knocking what you do. Do what you do, but don't knock what I do, because what I'm doing is apparently working. And it's been almost a year. Now, if I start losing fish, then start banging me in my head, well, I'll come and ask you guys questions. But for right now, I haven't lost any fish. Knock on wood. And I'm doing something right. You know, there's nothing more to it. Just keep everything natural and changing your water. Everything don't have to be natural. I have a lot of artificial plants, and as you can see, the only natural plant / animal I have is this guy right here. And I'm going to put a few more of him in all over the tank. Maybe 2 or 3 more we're going to add over the next couple of months, slowly but surely. But first we want to make sure that we get this guy going. And he's pretty big, but he's going to get way bigger. And the clownfish will take him food, so don't stress that. And they do grow off of photosynthesis, so just plenty of light, plenty of light. People, you know, it's argumentative about T5, T8, LHD, or whatever. Do what works for you. Do what works for it. You know, you'll know. If he starts deflating and he doesn't want to come out, change the lighting. That's the problem, guarantee you. So give him what he wants, and he'll let you know what he likes. That's all to it. That horseshoe crab is in here somewhere. He's pretty awesome. There he is, right there. And he'll get pretty nice size. Most of these fish will get nice size. The sailfin, the corin, the tang, they'll all get over a foot. And by the time then, I'll probably move up from the 125 to possibly 150 to 200, somewhere around and about. But like I said, right now we have a pretty bigger tank downstairs. If I have fresh water in, as soon as I get rid of those guys, we're going to turn that into a saltwater, because we fell in love with the saltwater world. And if you have any comments or questions, anything, like I said, anything I can do better, comment down below and let us know what we can do differently or better. If you have any questions on what I did or what we did that made this work, definitely let me know. I mean, hey, you know, until I start losing fish, I don't have a problem. That's the way I see it. I mean, people go so far and deep into everything and spend so much money, and you really don't have to. Just change your water. That's the main thing. Change your water. Check your salt levels, alkalinity, and I don't even get test kits. I haven't tested this water since I've had it, and it's been 8 or 9 months. I take it to the local pet store if I lose a fish. If you start losing a fish, that's time to test. Now, if you have that, great. Save yourself a trip, save yourself time. But, I mean, hey, if there's no deaths, there's no problems. So why spend the money? You start getting deaths, there's problems. Take it to the local vet store, get your water tested for free, come back and understand what you have to do. Now, what they don't test, you test on your own. You buy that individual test kit if you want to know everything from A to Z. But for the most part, they test the things that matter, the nitrates and all that kind of stuff. So the important things in life to fish. Alkalinity, you should have that at home. If you don't have that and you have a saltwater tank, you're already starting off wrong. So you definitely, at least, at the minimum, test the salt level. So, you know, little tiny allergies, just enough for natural, you know, for fish to live in. But as you can see, you know, like, you know, the tank is clean. It's been running 8 months, and I clean this tank like maybe once a month, and anywhere between 10 and 25% water changes, depending on how your tank looks. I mean, go by what your fish are giving you. Don't give them more, don't take away more. Give them, give them back what they're giving you. If they give you a nasty tank, clean it. If they're not giving you a nasty tank, don't take so much water out. It's simple math. But the true test is going to come when the mandarins show up. Should be plenty of copepod population in here. Granted, I did order a bag of them, and I'm going to dump more in them. People using refugiums to populate them and all that, but I'm going to go ahead and just add them every couple of months and try to train them on brine shrimp and all that kind of stuff. I mean, hey, it's worth a shot, but I'm not into spending a whole lot of money into doing something that very well may not work. So I'd rather do something at a lower price that may work. I'm going to squirt a few of my, hang on the back filters. A lot of people say, oh, they have grinders in the back, they can grind them up. That's not necessarily true. If you put the right stuff back there, I have a small one back there. I'm going to put macro in and just throw them in there, and they'll get pushed out into the tank. They need lighting, but as quick as they get pushed out into the tank, they'll populate, I'm hoping, and we'll see what happens and go from there. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Then we move to the next level until we get to the expensive part. But you always start cheap and work your way expensive. Well, you can go expensive first. That's up to you. It's your pockets, what you want to spend. I'm all about saving money and making things look good. And as you guys can see, I don't have any problems right now. So just use your head and do what you do. And we're actually thinking about starting to going around and help people set up their saltwater tanks here pretty soon. But first, we want to continue to learn a lot more than what we know. And once we get to the point where we're comfortable, then we're going to go around and start helping people set up their saltwater tanks. That's the plan. And we are in Virginia, so there's a lot of people here that want saltwater tanks, but are afraid to test them and see what they can get out of them. And they're not that difficult. They're a little bit more difficult than fresh water, but, hey, that's a chance you got to take. But a lot of guys are hiding. But like I said, we'll keep you guys updated and all that kind of good stuff. And continue to show you guys how they grow.